Welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. What up, everybody? I'm Spear. On the mics with me this week is the triumphant return of the Z-Man. What's up, Z?
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Nice. On the other mic is the mighty Ganthor. What's up, Ganthor?
Out of beer again.
Out of beer again.
Probably be pretty miserable, just so you know.
Damn it, Ganthor.
Also, I had too much Halloween candy and I feel kind of sick.
Did you see the lady who was getting shit because she was giving out notes to fat kids saying that you should be, just because other kids are going out and eating candy doesn't mean you should?
Oh my god, no.
It says, Happy Halloween and Happy Halloween neighbors. You are probably wondering why your child has this note. Have you ever heard of the saying, it takes a village to raise a child? I am disappointed in the village of Fargo-Moorhead, West Fargo. Your child is, in my opinion, moderately obese and should not be consuming sugar and treats to the extent of some children this Halloween season.
Oh my god.
My hope is that you will step up as a parent and ration candy this Halloween and not allow your child to continue these unhealthy eating habits.
Fuck your mom.
The best part is that it has a like a clip art a jack-o'-lantern on it. Like she took the time to use PageMaker or something like that.
Holy mother of Christ.
Oh, she said thank you, but she didn't put her name.
That's fucked up.
That's amazing.
If that house didn't get fucking egged in toilet paper, there's no fucking justice in this world.
Set on fire.
Holy shit.
How about them Boston Red
Oh,
Sox?
Jesus.
How about them Boston Red Sox?
Hey, you know what there? You're
World
from
champion Boston Red Sox.
You know what there? Suck it. Okay, you're from fucking Pennsylvania, okay? That you abandoned your team, your Philadelphia, your local team, and then jumped on the bandwagon with the rest of them Boston Red Sox fans.
Well, to be fair, I've lived here for 10 years. I don't know if that counts or not, but that gives me a pass. But you did not see me post anything about it on Facebook.
I did not know. That is a good job by you. What do we got on tap this week there, Z-Man?
Something must be done about participation awards. It is not just enough to show up. You actually have to do something. You should train. You should work hard. You should cause yourself physical pain striving to be the best. You shouldn't get an award just because you paid the money, showed up, and went to a game.
So for adults, I agree with you. You don't just get credit for just showing up. Like if you were in like a racquetball league or something like that, and somebody handed you a participation trophy, that would be a little fucked up.
Or like a corporate softball league.
That would be totally fucked up.
But you think it's okay for a kid?
I do. I think with children, you have to have positive reinforcement.
No. Did you win? No. Fuck you. Good job. Try harder.
Good job. Try harder. How does that help a kid's self-esteem?
It makes him want to achieve. It gives him something to shoot for. Because what's the participation award going to do for the kid anyway? He's like, oh, I participate, yay! Throw that ribbon in the trash.
No, it helps a kid build up self-esteem. It's an accomplishment. I did something.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did.
You showed up.
You showed up. You played the game. You participated in it. You were part of something.
And you failed.
What's
try harder or try something else?
You have to define failure here. Right? I mean, for a kid, it's different. For an adult, I grant you. I mean, if you get, you don't get any points for just showing up, right? You have to achieve. You have to do better. But for a kid, it's totally different. If you get, you're dealing with a mind and an ego that's not fully developed. If you crush that ego, you're not going to get them to want to participate in anything else. You will absolutely disenfranchise that child. The child will want nothing to do with whatever you're trying to get him or her to do.
But you think a ribbon or a little dinky trophy means anything?
Absolutely. It means that they participated in something. They were with peers. They were part of a team. They get something. They may not get the biggest trophy, right? You save the biggest trophies for whoever comes in first or second or third or whatever hierarchy you want to put in front of it. But if you're playing organized sports, let's just put this within the framework of organized sports. If you're in some sort of organized sport and you have a kid who struggles athletically, but needs to be a part of a team so that they understand what the framework of teamwork means, what they understand what a team structure does for them, the socialization, the being around other kids and understanding how to play within the rules and the framework of a game. If you can't teach a kid that at an early age, they will lose an awful lot in terms of how they interact with other children. And if you dissuade them by not giving them something for at least trying, they will have absolutely no incentive to go back and try it again. And then what? You lose on any opportunity to make sure that they can participate in some sort of organized sport. Where's the benefit of that?
Holy fuck, did we catch a nerve? I've never heard you go off on something like that.
Well, I have a kid, Zeth. I mean, it's not like...
But to go back, I mean, what's the point, though? What are you going to do? They know they didn't get the right trophy, the trophy that they wanted to get. They got a trophy. You're not going to display that trophy. That's like displaying your best of Philly 1994.
Why wouldn't you?
What are you going to do with it?
You put it up on a bookshelf.
And you lose it.
You put it up on a bookshelf. You get a little certificate. You get a little something. You put it up on the refrigerator. You put it up on the little message board there. Something that says, I did that. You can point to someone and say, I did that. And then you can say, you know what? If you want the big trophy, you play again next year.
Did you get awards for participation as a child?
Absolutely. When I played T-ball.
You did?
Absolutely. I played T-ball, and everybody got a small trophy. It was maybe a couple inches, like maybe 4, 5, 6 inches tall. But if your team came in first or second or third place, you got the big trophies. Every one of those trophies, whether it was T-ball or basketball or whatever it was, went up on my bookshelf. And I was terrible. Terrible. I still am. I can't shoot a basketball to save my goddamn life. So
maybe you should have been disenfranchised. Maybe you should have spent your time doing something else.
But you missed the point, right? The point is not to get disenfranchised. The point is to play a part in the sport
But you didn't. You sucked.
But I played. You're missing the point. It's not about. It's like the old axiom, right? It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game. Even if you played T-ball and you lost, one of the best things was going out for pizza with your team afterwards. Because you got to hang out with the kids. You got to hang out with your friends. It was about playing ball. I will never forget, there was at one point, I was in a CYO basketball league, and I got traded.
You got traded?
I got traded. This was one of those things where the teams were unbalanced, right? The team that I was on had more kids than it needed, and this other team needed kids. So I for all intents and purposes, I got traded for like a bag of balls, right? That's
hilarious.
I got traded. I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed because I had gotten to know the team that I was on, and I liked playing with those guys. They were my friends, and I was absolutely crushed. I cried for like hours. I cried. I was absolutely fucking crushed.
Did that make you want to work harder?
No.
So you wouldn't get traded again?
It wasn't.
It should have.
Like I didn't read it as getting traded. What I read it as is that team didn't want me, and that was fucked up, right?
Right, because you sucked.
No, it wasn't about the fact that I sucked. It was about they needed another kid on the other team. It had nothing to do with whether I was good or bad.
That's what they told you, and your fucking dog went to visit a nice lady upstate.
Did this turn into therapy?
I guess.
Maybe we start a new podcast.
But I got a certificate or something just for playing basketball, right?
The good job award.
It was the you participated, you played a part in this.
No, you gotta do it to win. These whole sports, these soccer leagues and stuff they do, where they don't even keep score. The kids fucking keeping score. They know they got their asses kicked.
I have more of a problem with that than not getting it or getting an award. This should be winners and losers.
And there always are.
What's the point? No, not if you don't keep score.
Oh, you mean if they don't keep score?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
No, so that I have a problem with. You gotta have a winner and a loser.
Yeah. Otherwise, what's the point of having a nice thing in life?
Well, what's the point? You guys are saying the whole entire point is to go out there and have fun with your friends and kick the ball around and participate.
Yeah, but
it's the same thing.
But you have to do the winner and the loser thing so that you understand what good sportsmanship is. You have to learn how to lose, because then there's your incentive for getting better so that you don't lose again.
But that's what I'm talking about. You're giving everybody an award. No one's losing.
You can lose a game, but you don't want to completely discount a kid's effort. And I would take that as a lesson for my child as he walked home going, I hate losing. Those guys suck. And I would say, well, if you don't like losing, we have to practice with your team, and we have to learn how you can work together as a team so that you get better.
And that's all I'm saying. But you don't need to give the kid an award saying, hey, good job for showing up.
Let's take the team that loses every game. And this happens.
The Mets. Well, let's call those guys the Mets.
Okay. Let's take the young Mets, okay? They lose every game. These kids now have been demoralized for eight straight games. They have now felt the sting of losing 8 times. You don't want to go, hey Llama, how about a little something for the effort? Nothing. You want to just let them live with the demoralized feelings that they have and give them nothing to make them feel better about the effort that they played together as a team with.
Well, just work harder next time.
Work harder next time. Have you no heart? Have you no soul?
Nope.
Have you no soul? None.
Nope.
None. Ganthor, where do you come down on this?
On what?
On giving it what the fuck, Ganthor?
Hi, Corey.
You
We're
guys
going to do a
got lost a
podcast.
little bit.
Corey, we're going to do a podcast today. You want to join us?
You guys went off on a little tangent for about half an hour.
Where do you come down on participation awards, sir?
I'm all for them.
All 4 of them. Why?
Dude, I still have a baseball bat I got for playing Little League Baseball participation award.
They handed out bats?
Well, that's a useful fucking piece of equipment.
Yeah, it's in my garage.
That's like saying
It's got the lettering on it and stuff still.
That's like saying I kept the football I played with.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But did you get awards when you were a kid?
I think we got trophies for baseball and basketball.
You didn't get no trophy for just showing up.
No, I don't remember what they said, but I always got trophies.
Yeah, because you probably won.
No, we never. They don't have tournaments or playoffs or anything. It's just I fully support it. I also fully support all the rules designed to make sure everybody gets to play equally. Can't stand those asshole coaches who leave the spear-like kid out because they want to win. They want to give him his equal playing time so he doesn't go cry.
I guess maybe that's the difference here is the difference between playing in a league where it's just like a community league versus playing in a league that's a serious league.
But what league is going to be
It's
serious
kids,
when you have a
dude.
bunch
It's
of
not the
fucking
travel team.
Yeah, I mean these are a bunch of 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids. It's not like it's not like AAU basketball. You know what I mean? It's not like there's Nike sponsored tournaments. We're talking about a bunch of kids running around grab-assing soccer. I mean, this isn't going to be like,
Yeah,
the
there's
fuck's
one kid
what are you?
picking
Why are they
his
grabbing?
nose, the other kid's playing with flowers.
Why are they grab-assing? What are they?
this is what happens. Have you ever
That's
seen a
what
bunch
kids
of kids
do.
trying to play soccer?
No, I'm not allowed near playgrounds.
The restraining order?
Yeah.
Keep you away from playgrounds. Here's
Dude,
what
that's
happens
not-
when you put a bunch of
that's
young
not
kids
something to
out with a
laugh
soccer
at.
ball on a field. Here's what happens. It's just a mob, right? It's just a mob of kids just moving around the field, all just basically trying to just tackle the soccer ball. And if they're not tackling the soccer ball, they're tackling each other. It's not like there's great skill here, right?
Well, they're a bunch of. What the fuck are they? What's the point?
Well, usually there's 1 or 2 kids who actually know how to like dribble, shoot, and pass, right?
Well, good. Those kids should get on another team where they fucking can actually play.
But the large majority of these kids, it's just like it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon, right? Where it's just a cloud of dust and you just see heads and legs and arms sticking out of it. You know what I mean?
And they got
As
yakety slacks playing in the background.
Yeah, as the cloud is just moving around the goddamn field. That's what it is.
Don't reward the kid for that, then.
But, dude, they're just playing. You have no soul. You have no.
Yeah, why do you hate trophies so much?
I fucking just hate kids. It's more what it
That's
is.
what it is.
Fucking kids.
That's what it is.
Grow up already.
Well, you know what, though, Z? You're in good company because you're not the only one who feels this way. A couple of months ago, Ashley Merriman wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times saying that
bitch.
I don't know. She wrote an op-ed piece. She says this: whether your kid loves Little League or gymnastics, ask the program organizers this: which kids get awards? If the answer is everybody gets a trophy, find another program.
Yeah, they're never going to learn how to succeed and actually give up personal, dedicate themselves to it and actually, persevere through the good and the bad if they're always getting the happy, warm, fuzzy.
Well, I mean, they say that awards can be powerful motivators, but all the nonstop recognition doesn't inspire children to succeed. Instead, it can cause them to underachieve because you don't actually give your full effort.
Right, you don't have to work hard. You're going to win no matter what.
My concern would be that you can get demoralized in a lot of different ways. Their argument is that because you get praised so often, as soon as you meet with some adversity, you get demoralized by that failure
And freak out because you've never failed at anything,
and
so you don't know
freak
what to
out,
do.
right? So then you start finding shortcuts because you don't want to fail again, but you don't feel like you're good enough to work hard enough to get there.
And then drugs come around.
And then drugs come around. So you're not the only one that gets into this, right? So there's a very vocal opposition to the idea of giving out participation awards. In fact, there was a football league in northern Texas where football's crazy. Texas in football, when you get into like high school football, like Friday Night Lights and the whole routine.
Yeah.
Texas
I saw that shit. That shit's crazy.
Texas is nuts for football. The Keller Youth Association football program in northern Texas announced in just a couple of weeks ago that they would not be distributing participation trophies this year. And they said this: going forward, participation medals or trophies will be going away. KYI Football Board feels that giving participation medals or trophies isn't setting our children the right message. Trophies are something you should strive for and earn. Life does not give you a participation job or medal. Life makes you earn everything you get. We know not everyone will agree with this, but we feel this is the right direction for KYO football to go in. So they are on your side, Z-Man.
That dude should fucking run for governor. That was well put.
So despite my vocal opposition, there is obviously the other side of the story, and people are taking action on it.
And maybe it's the difference is the ages that we're talking about. You know, maybe up to like 6 years old, whatever the fuck, let them grab ass or do whatever the hell they're doing. But once you're in like an organized sport league in like a school, maybe was that middle school when you start actually doing like real sports? At that point, you got to cut that shit out.
Yeah, I think early on, you want to be able to encourage, you want to be able to show that putting in effort is rewardable. That it's not about whether or not you're winning or losing. It's about how hard you're working in order to get better.
Right. I mean, did you succeed? Are you improving?
Are you improving? Absolutely.
I have no problem with that.
So what about you, Ganthor? Do your kids play sports?
They don't play organized sports yet, but they've done activities like gymnastics and ballet and taekwondo.
Taekwondo? You're taking your kids to taekwondo?
They did for a little while, and then they got sick of it, so we stopped.
You're lucky, because
Why?
I'm pretty sure your girls could kick your ass if you kept them in taekwondo.
Yeah, they've gotten a few good punches on my nuts when I wasn't expecting. Quite a few times, actually. I think I learned, but nope.
We're going to practice on daddy.
Yep.
So for participating in gymnastics or anything along those lines, did they get any kind of certificate or award or anything along those lines?
They get hand stamps, after every lesson and things like that. I mean, it's nothing big like a trophy or certificate or anything.
So what does that actually do for the kid? Like, does that?
They look forward to it.
Really?
I mean, dude, you don't. They are happy with the tiniest things. Like the stereotypical example is they have more fun with the box the toy came in than the toy itself sometimes. And if that's what amuses them and entertains them, I don't have a problem with it.
In my kid's class, if you're doing good things throughout the day, you get into the prize box or something along those lines. And it's like, like the finger puzzles, like the Chinese finger puzzles or some goofy inflatable guitars. It's like dollar store stuff, you know what I mean? But those are the things that kids react to, right? Kids like to get a little something. Like a little, hey, llama, a little something for the effort, right? The kids like that. Every little piece of junk that they come home with is like a badge of honor,
Yeah, but for how long though?
For days.
Days?
Days.
It's not like a momentary huzzah and then...
No, it fucking walks around with his fingers in the goddamn puzzle for days. Look, Dad, look what I got. Good. Now get yourself out of that.
Is that considered racist?
The Chinese finger puzzle?
Yeah.
I don't think so. God, I hope not.
Are we saying that Chinese people can't figure out how to get their hands out?
I thought they were called Chinese handcuffs.
Yeah. The thing you put your two fingers in, then you can't get them out? Unless you, not pull hard?
Well, that's just racist against Chinese criminals. You're just saying that they're stupid and you can't get out of a paper fucking handcuff thing.
You know who else likes finger puzzles?
Hey, you know who gives me a participation award every time I bang the shit out of her?
Who?
You're supposed to use innuendo.
Fuck that.
Just come right out.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. What did we learn? What did we learn about participation awards there, Z-Man?
All right, maybe it's cool for the little guys.
Maybe it's cool for the little guys. All right. Ganthor.
We should see if we could trade you to another podcast.
Yeah, but then we'd have to do a lot more work
God. What did I
It might
learn?
be worth it just to trade him.
just to do it.
Just to see if I break down and cry for a few hours? Let me tell you something. If you traded me to another podcast, I'd go skipping away from you dumbass motherfuckers.
Nah,
No
you
more
love
mom
us.
jokes. No more mom
love
jokes.
us.
Fuck you.
You love the misery.
What did I learn? What did I learn? I learned that there are schools of thought here. There are two schools of thought. You can either demoralize a child by watching them realize that they're not good enough to achieve something, or you can demoralize a child by not giving them any recognition for the work that they've done. Either way, you're setting your kid up for years and years of therapy, and that's just fucking fantastic. So, if you're looking to set your kid up for years and years of therapy, why don't you let us know on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. You can check out the show on Stitcher Radio or on iTunes. Just search for 4 Listeners. We'll pop right on up. We thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
It doesn't